Thank you. Thank you, General Mattis, for also being willing to do this. You and I have had a chance to work together in the past, and we also have had a chance to visit. I would like to first briefly talk about the Overseas Contingency Operating Fund and the joke that is being, the cruel joke that is being played on the American public, that we have not been able to come together in an honest way and confront the needs of our military and confront the needs of our domestic national security in a bipartisan compromise to allow us to quit putting base military funding in a fund that doesn't have to be paid for. And it's gotten worse every year. You know, and it's such a hypocrisy. It is one of the reasons everybody in America is so disgusted with us, that we can't be honest with the American people about the needs of our country and come together in a bipartisan way to meet them in a way that is responsible in terms of the way that we budget and spend money. Tell me how you intend on addressing this important issue going forward.
It's not his job.
Senator, the need for our country to maintain a safe and secure nuclear deterrent, a decisive conventional force, while maintaining an irregular capability is completely understood, and I know it is by this committee. But how do we then translate that into budgetary discipline and managerial integrity of the budget? And as you know, we will bring forward from defense what we think we need for overseas contingencies, for the base budget, this sort of thing. But I believe my desired end state would be everything is in the base budget except for something that legitimately pops up that couldn't be anticipated. But at the same time, we are not in a position there to dictate that. And the bottom line, we will come to you with what is necessary and then support this committee and the Congress in justifying it and making certain we have your confidence we're spending every dollar for what we should be spending it on, something we cannot do right now, I'm aware of. But that's my goal in this effort, and I don't have a solution for what the chairman described as a self-inflicted wound of the Budget Control Act. I don't know how to get around this in a way that puts the Congress really back into its oversight role rather than salami slices of cuts where you don't actually exercise your judgment. I'm much more comfortable with you doing that than some arithmetic. So I think I'm with you. I share 100% of your frustration and your goal, ma'am. I can't tell you I know how to get there other than giving you my best military advice.
Thank you. I also want to briefly touch on women serving in every military occupational specialty, and you and I have had a chance to visit about this at length. I'm particularly proud of the work that has been done on this in my state. Since 1999, the Sapper Leader Course at Fort Leonard Wood has been impressively maintaining completely gender-neutral standards, determining who and who does not graduate with that prestigious tab. It is a rigorous physical requirement, the Sapper tab. Despite those rigorous physical demands, over the course of the graduation rates since 1999, the graduation rates for women and men have both been at about 50%. So understanding that none of us want any standards diminished, and that we've got to maintain the highest physical standards for the specialties in which men and women are going to serve. Can you address for this committee how committed you are going forward to having both men and women serve alongside each other when they are capable of doing the work for our country?
Yes, Senator, I can. I think you hit on the point that no standards are changed. The standards are the standards, and when people meet the standards, then that's the end of the discussion on that. I would also add that what we're talking about here is somewhere north of 15% of our force is made up of women. And the reason we're able to maintain an all-volunteer force with very, very high recruiting standards is because we go to males and females. And that same application of that human capital has got to show that where they can best serve, that's where they go.